That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting live from Party Earth. This is most badass. You do broadcast it out. Hello, land, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tommy C. This is Shot for Point. Man behind the glass and Point Man. Vault's tried to help me out today. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, everybody.
How are you doing there, buddy?
How you doing, Jim? Miss you. Sleepy Serbless? How do you say that? Paul Drive. He's been around forever. New member. Thanks, Duff. Duff Stevens. Daniel Finn. Toxic. American First with Nicholas D. Jesus.
Nicholas J. Diorio.
Ambrose. And ABCD3213. Let's see exactly what happens. I don't know if we're gonna have a very long stream for you, because here are my plans. I talked to Willie Mack. He is releasing the phone call between John Kashwan, and are you all gonna hear it? And tomorrow I'm gonna review it. So we're probably having like an extra show tomorrow. We don't know Friday, but I'm still kind of I don't know about y'all, but I'm still pretty fascinated with this whole thing. Yeah, I'm very much fascinated with this call. And to tell you the truth, I kind of let on that I didn't know, but I've actually heard the call immediately.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, you've heard the call?
Yeah, I've heard the call.
Oh, you've heard the call? Okay, I heard it. Rob said, thanks so much. Yeah, I've heard the call between John. We'll go over it. We'll try to analyze it. I'll tell you my feelings at the time when I heard it. And I think there's even more coming out after that. But after that, I think it's pretty much time for SFTP to move on. I think we've done enough on this particular subject. We covered from every angle, and we covered the assholes like Marriott, Elvis the Alien, and in a weird roundabout way, Bionic Pig excusing this shit. You figured he'd be fucking grateful that we busted him. And Bunty King. Oh, that's right. He has no impact anymore. We're gonna be definitely going over all that stuff, and then I'll take some of your calls and I'll go out. I have a really simple case to make here. This guy FWIZ, head of YouTube gaming, I usually, maybe I will at the end. Maybe I'll wax poetic what I think's getting it, but I'm not gonna sit there and because that title sounds like a very hyperbolic statement, doesn't it? This guy protects racist. I'm gonna objectively show you that's true. And just a couple tweets. There is no possibility, and if I'm not mistaken, when Zombie Kills had her first controversy back in November, I seem to remember this gentleman replying to it like he was looking into it when she was initially complaining about the quartering. Am I wrong? Could you put a 1 in the chat? Am I wrong? I don't think so. Does anybody remember that tweet that he replied to? Is this shaking any? Is this ringing any bells here? That he replied to her tweet and her tweet only? Because that's interesting as we see this pattern goes on with FWIZ.
Yeah, one.
Demonica Biz, is there any way you can flip that to me or Vault here in Discord? I'd like to put it on screen because I remember everybody was panicking about his reply to looking into the quartering. I seem to remember that, and a lot of folks, I even think Keemstar was like, "Come on." He says he's looking into it, investigating it. That's all. But it was like, why would he be looking into a Twitch streamer and the quartering? This is bizarre. This is strange. And it never really went anything. Well, it's very clear that not only does this guy protect racists, but he has definite clear bias. Wasn't that over Game Journalist? I don't. If anybody gets it, send it. Hold on.
Because I really do not fucking remember.
Yeah, we're trying to
at
figure
all.
it out. See, we didn't know what he's replying to. I think I got Spectre sending me. Ryan one on Twitter. Hey, so I was okay. That one, no, that's the one from yesterday. I'm not even. No, Spectre. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I'm talking about the one in November. I clearly stated that. Okay, the video's done. I'm live now, Willie. Well, I think you guys will be hearing that. Put it out in an hour, Willie. So I think you guys will be hearing this video pretty soon with the John Swan. I'm live now. So yeah, I can tell you that's coming in. So I really don't want to get too off a comment here. Let's see, Twiz. I will. Got it. Very good, Spectre. Good work. Very, 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 very good. Let me show you here. So we do have a history of apparent biased. Now to let you know who Twiz
Close enough.
Twiz Fizz. To let you know Ryan Wyatt is. This is the original. Oh, it's the same guy. It's the exact same guy. Hey, YouTube and YouTube Gaming, stop allowing this sloppy bag of shit a place on your platform. His entire grip is whipping up hate mobs, and that's the same fucking argument he made last time. And harassment targets, which are usually women. It's been years. The fuck are you waiting for? So we have a perfect. Yeah, the only thing is missing is his Zig Heil. John Matthew is clearly a fucking Nazi. New video, please share it. Women went on a podcast, demand a free Xbox. Well, that is clearly a criticism based on her skin color. Well, if I remember correctly, she was talking about her actual identity as a reason for Microsoft to give her an Xbox. And by the way, it worked. Got an Xbox. She got a PS2 and an Xbox. So this tweet that's supposedly so racist or misogynistic is literally correct. The headline is literally correct. And I'm going to show you this guy literally protects racists. So let's fast forward to March 2nd. Same guy. Hey, Twitter safety. This asshole is using a platform to direct hatred and vitriol to zombie kills at the moment. Look at his feed. When are you finally going to do something about it? FWIZ, when he makes another video on her. Could somebody send me, there was a really polarizing statement that she made, a video statement that she made. I think it's been somebody reposted it, and somebody, you're going to respect me. Spectre, if you get me that one, I would appreciate that.
Top
A video. You can send me that one, it'd be great.
Hey,
What's up?
What's going on? What's good?
You need that clip? I got it.
Send it to me now.
Hey.
It's like right in here. Okay. All right. Let's not get off quit. Let's not get off the thing. Since the quartering once again sent a hate bomb after zombie kills and rumored sponsorship, it seems like it would be a good time to remind everybody that he's a literal Hitler propagandist. That would be a shame if his sponsors knew that. You ironically leap in to defend Hitler. You have no right to being yikesing anybody, turd. He was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Actually, fact. What the fuck have you done? So clearly a fucking goof. This is not any kind of support of Hitler. It's basically.
Can you click Twitter links?
It's basically. I'm doing a show here, guys. It's basically making fun of the fact that that you're jumping on Hitler, making yourself so important. You don't even have a Nobel Prize. All right. What do you got? Let me see. Here we go. All right. Good. I got that in the background. So this guy right here. Oh, now I'm getting fucking off here. This is pissing me off a little bit. So Twiz responds, "Hey, Raymond and Zombie, I continue to flag every message/tweet I receive regarding this issue to our policy." All right. What is he talking about? Well, Quartering did something that is unbelievably stupid, and I do not support it whatsoever, even though I find zombie kills pretty much a repulsive person. I think that's fair to say. He tweeted at zombie sponsors and claimed that she had said something incredibly racist, like in the violence area of racism, not the joke area, like the full-on violence thing. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Her response to it was to say it was photoshopped. This is what he tweeted out and tried to get her. You know, this all started because let's not put this say that Quartering tried to mess with this woman's sponsors. All right, now why that breaks YouTube etiquette and my personal etiquette and what goes online. That does not break any kind of free speech etiquette. You can go on YouTube, start a channel, and call for people's platforms to be taken down. Asking for deplatforming is protected speech. All right? We don't do it online because it's disgusting. We're going over people's jobs. And believe me, Zombie Kills, FWIZ, they have absolutely no problem ruining somebody's they have absolutely no problem taking away somebody's income, having them lose their job if they disagree with them politically. But, you know, this is the type of thing like cancel culture that Quartering preaches against. And he failed miserably here. And it did kind of blow up in his face. That being said, when you have the head of YouTube Gaming saying that this action right here, pointing out that she said something racist, is somehow against their policy. He says it sits outside his remit, which essentially means his I guess, field of power, but continue to flag these escalations to our appropriate internal teams for review. So he's basically saying, I can't do anything with it directly, but I'm going above and beyond to have this guy censored. That's what Ryan White said. So, okay, so how does that make him protect racists? Well, the tweet's fucking real. 150% real. So yeah, this thumbnail right here is factually true. I don't know how you could look at something like this, right? The face I make when any white woman is about to get her ass beat to sleep. Now, this isn't this isn't like the equivalent to like a watermelon joke about black guys or a cheap joke about Jews. This is talking about violence. This is supposed to be the line for everybody. This is about violence to another ethnicity based on their ethnicity. So, again, it's just that simple. This guy right here is protecting this bigot. There's no way around it. Now, you can move the goalpost, and you can talk about how minorities can't consider, can't experience acts of bigotry or racism and do all that stuff. I completely reject it. And it's fundamentally not true. And it's spoken like somebody, it's spoken like an authoritarian. When you start saying that only one group or somebody that's completely hopped up on identity politics, when you start saying like one group is incapable of doing something wrong, you're a supremacist. It's that simple. You're a supremacist. Oh, Italians would never make a bad tomato soup.
Now we got a problem. Now I'm offended. Okay.
Yeah. I did that for one for you. So it's yeah. You're surprised. Like Italian can't make a bad meal. Come on. I mean, that's to simplify it. So this guy, probably based on his politics, I don't even want to like. I guess like I don't know him that well. I can't go into it. Clearly, he is bought into, like so many other Americans, so many other people around the world, to this cult-like woke ideology. Clearly, he doesn't care if she's talking about, or bragging about, or joking about people of another ethnicity being beaten or put to sleep.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you think that somebody who isn't blinded by their politics would defend somebody like her?
No, I think if you're covering
here's
the thing about like liberals or something like that. I don't think any liberal would find this acceptable. All right, none, zero. The problem is, what I've seen of because there are more extremist leftists than there ever has been at any time. They are not a loud vocal minority. I think they're creeping up on either half of the crowd or more than half. So this is why this stuff has become more acceptable. If this had happened 20 years ago, this guy would have been forced to apologize for defending her, no matter what race they were. But now there's sort of a new thing among the woke where you start seeing like one group of people doing something reprehensible, And if a different group does it, one of them is more reprehensible than the other. And we've seen that. We've seen these people talk on college campus like that. People of color can't be racist. People of color, basically can't commit crimes. Stuff like that. Now that's an extreme way to look at something, but it is a lot more mainstream than it was 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and you know what? Dare I say 10 or 15 years ago? Yeah, 15. That's about the time I got here. 2005, 6. Yeah, sure. So yeah, that is generally a problem. This guy has clearly been indoctrinated into this. He clearly doesn't care about the truth, and he's willing to cover for a bigot. Because you know what? It's a lot easier to cover for a black bigot than it is a white bigot. A lot easier.
That's a fact.
Oh, I hope that Keem make this happen. And I've spoke when I was in Keem's DMs. I've spoke well of you before, Diva. You would be absolutely perfect for this.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely perfect. So yeah, what am I talking about? Well, I'll let Keem tell you.
Okay, the tweet above kind of comes out of nowhere, so let me give you some context. Zombie Kills is a black female streamer who everyone knew about in the community a couple months ago because she was tweeting at Sony and she was tweeting at Microsoft saying, "Give me a free console because I am a black female." And you're giving all these other consoles to review to white people and not black people. Black females to be exact. And so Sony and Microsoft gave her brand new consoles. She got the PlayStation 5, she got the Xbox Series X, and people had issue with it because she only had 500 followers. And when she streams on Twitch, she has like 30 followers, right? So this girl had no following.
I do want to report that she's up about 20,000 since it's in. So the whole thing worked in her advantage. We've seen this kind of this kind of the guerrilla tactics before.
And people perceive that as she used her race to get free consoles. So yeah, people had an issue with that. I didn't cover the story at the time because, to be honest, there's not really too many popular black female gamers, right? So when she was saying she's the #1 gamer, black female gamer, no. But there's just not many. So whatever, I gave her a pass. New issue. Let's fast forward just like a week ago or something. The Quartering, who made videos on this Xbox and PlayStation issue, right? He finds a tweet from Zombie Kills, a screenshot where she is saying, "This is the face I make when I'm about to beat up white women." All right, so clearly racist, right? The Quartering.
Let's clear that up. I'm sure you misspoke. This is the face I make when any white woman is about to get her ass beat to sleep. That's not exactly the same statement. I'm sure I've made these Twitter videos before. It was a lack of memory, but I just want to correct the record.
Puts out the screenshot and says, "Is this real?"
And before you get mad, Keem, anybody could have made that mistake.
And Zombie Kills responds by saying, "Horrible Photoshop, it's fake." Like, she starts lying through her teeth. And how do we know she's lying? Because of the Wayback Machine here on the internet. If you stamp something, it takes a picture of, that in real time. So if somebody deletes it, you can still find the tweet. Yeah, they proved without a shadow of doubt that tweet was real. So Quartering makes a video on it, and Zombie Kills responds by saying he's a white supremacist and attacking her because of her race. Bullshit. On top of it, she claims that she's been swatted and that Quartering swatted her. And now they're trying to contact YouTube Gaming to get the Quartering shut down. If you criticize Zombie Kills whatsoever, you're a white supremacist. She's been caught lying. She needs to answer for those fucking lies. And if she keeps lying, I'm going to report on her.
And I want to tell you why this is... I'm not even very happy with him lately. And I think he's attacked... And I'm not a huge fan of the Quartering either. I find the guy to be completely insufferable and not be able to take a joke. But very few people have done more for free speech on this platform in the last 15 months than the Quartering. So there's where we align. But this is risky. He has a good relationship with a really, really good relationship with FWIZ. This is a gamble on Keem's part. But this is the right thing to do. And FWIZ should absolutely back off. And I think he should be removed from his jobs because I think he's a lot more likely to interfere with somebody's YouTube channel that doesn't hold his politics. He will even go as far as cover for a racist, an out-and-out racist, someone who enjoys seeing someone from an ethnicity that they find disgusting, deplorable, get hurt.
Inferior.
Get hurt. That's who FWIZ is. He'll look the other way. He'll take this ridiculous tweet out of context. This is a dumb tweet at the best. Unironically leaping to defend Hitler. You have no rights. And we don't even know that he was nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. What have you ever done? That's a joke. By the way, a Swedish anti-fascist I looked up actually put the joke nomination in to the Nobel Peace Prize, right? Just so he could, kind of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he did for just a side history now. And I want to show you
I
how.
can't even use it as a meme anymore.
And if you think this woman was a victim for a minute, let me put this to bed right now.
I'm gonna expose every one of these YouTube.
Oh, God, I quit smoking. By the way, I haven't smoked in 3 days. I want you to take a look. This is not an innocent victim. This is a very, very vicious person who can more than handle themselves. I can't imagine this person could be bullied. And she's a cry bully, is what they used to call that back in 5 years ago. No, she's clearly a cry bully, and she's actually pretty comically silly here.
I'm going to expose every one of these YouTube racists. I'm going to drag you out, and I'm going to shine a light in the spaces that you've cultivated in hatred and bigotry, and I'm going to continue to make you irrelevant. I will continue to cost you sponsorships. I will continue to cost you jobs. I will continue to do this forever, because the more you guys keep fucking up and the more you keep showing your ass to everybody on Megan Thee Stallion's internet, the more powerful people like me will continue to get. Because
I want to point this out, Zombie Kills. I'm sure this will drive you up, but you have no power. You are a powerless woman. You're not very bright, and you have absolutely no power. You know what's the power? Twitch, Google, and YouTube. Jeremy doesn't derive his power from any of those people other than the platform itself. It's by sheer personality. And you just said it right here, you use them, your victimization, when you are far from a victim. You sound like a person that can very much take care of themselves. You have to count on somebody else's power. You have to plead. Mommy! Daddy hit me! That's not power. That's a child's behavior. You're absolutely powerless. You're just, very simply, the more loved baby. The baby that gets the benefit of the doubt. The youngest, so to speak. You're the last kid born, and mom and dad are like, I'm sick of raising kids. Let the kid have the cookie. That's all you are. That's all you are. There's no power that you have. No power that you have. I'm going to continue to expose you racist. I could translate that. Anybody that criticizes me will get this label, and I will see to it that you get it. That's it. I will see to it that you get it. You don't have an idea. I mean, honestly, I grew up in the New York area. I basically watched the guys from the 80s. She reminds me so much of the other race hustler, Al Sharpton. And he has some of these black families that Al Sharpton has helped, supposedly, when the cameras go off. He's out of there. Literally has made a griff off his race. Even managed to use his race not to pay taxes. That's all this is. We've seen this before. You are absolutely powerless. People that have power can do it with their words. They don't have to do it by crying to mommy to take care of their problems for them. People that have power have created a platform where people connect with them, not one through fear or intimidation. People that have power, they don't fucking have to. They usually don't take any joy in watching other people get hurt. Those people are tyrannical. Those people are authoritarians. Those are the type. That's not power. You're absolutely powerless. You're the youngest in the family. You're getting the cookie because mom and dad are just sick and tired of hearing you cry. That's not power. That's connections. That's all it is. So,
In the end,
listen to what she says in the end, and I want to ask you, will you ever?
it sucks. It's fucking hard on my mental, and it's fucking stressful, and I won't be the most paid fucking streamer that exists. I won't. I'm not gonna ever be big. But you know what I will be? I'll be respected. I'm respected.
How are you going to be respected? How? This entire incident is based on a lie. You first got noticed by using your skin color and fear, and you're using that same kind of intimidation and fear in this very video. And the only time you could exude power is to get somebody deplatformed or lose their sponsors. And the moment, again, I don't agree with the quarter he did at all, like whatsoever. I think he kind of opened a can of worms here on something that he has been very clear that he's against. This really killed his narrative with Ethan Klein. Killed it, right? But, you got to wonder, you guys are absolutely open about going people. You have no morals. You have no code. What's to respect? Nothing. Nothing at all. I'll show you your power, Zombie Kills. It's a white man. No, I mean that. Him.
You know what the
And
funny
you know
part
why?
about
You know
that
why
is,
you have power? Because he's afraid. There you go.
It's all about that like white guilt.
that clip goes up and her tweets go private.
Yeah. There you go.
Let me speak.
N-word gaming. Yeah, right. I bet. Did you just donate that?
Who? Me?
Not you. The other one.
Oh.
There was
Was that you?
No. Yeah.
It was you. Thanks. I knew that was you. You really think that was a good, it's one thing is from a random. Now I got my own guy sandbagging me. So I can't really put that on. All they got to do is grab that. And then it's fucking everything I said is now bullshit. You realize that, right?
Oh shit.
What?
Shit. Sorry.
Thanks. Your timing's impeccable as usual. All right, let's take calls. Fake Nick DiOrio, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Tommy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, I just have one comment, and then I have a question. First, a question. For how long do you think they're gonna platform the quartering, and when they're gonna platform him, the woke?
I think he may be in some serious trouble here. Because
already,
I'll tell you why.
Crowd.
I can't imagine this prick right here going out there and nothing happening. The only way I think that he doesn't get clipped out of nowhere is that for some reason FWIZ thinks he has to virtue signal, knowing damn well YouTube's not going to do anything about it, but at least he's cool with minority extremist the woke types. That's the only scenario I see Quartering surviving this. Because he's gonna look look like a punk if nothing happens. So I think he's pretty sure that this is already done.
Yeah, he's currently on the edge to being platformed already. He's like in between currently.
No, I wonder if Disney's involved in this. That's my personal thing.
And also a comment, Keemstar in this situation didn't act like a total slave to the YouTube.
Not this
Like
time.
to sue somebody.
No, not this time. I think he did exactly the right thing.
Yeah, normally he has been acting very much toward to benefit the YouTube, to benefit himself currently, but this time he actually benefit the community in this situation.
Yeah, I do. I'll stick up for anybody. If I you know what, I don't even give a shit. If I dislike somebody or whatever, like I'm gonna stick up for anybody. I'm not gonna. I think the only exception where I'm not, like, if James Marriott gets Me Too'd, I'm just gonna laugh my ass off. But you know what I'm gonna do? If I find out it's bullshit, I'm gonna put it out there. But I'm definitely gonna laugh. I'm definitely going to laugh. I'm definitely gonna enjoy the meme. But yeah, I'm just like, I can't do that. I can't look at you guys and that's, hey, for the guy who said I was a hypocrite, come on. I love when people say I'm a hypocrite and don't come in. So whoever said that before in the chat, feel free to come in and prove it. All right, anything else, Fake Nick?
No. America first is inevitable.
Yeah.
I think that guy was American.
Yeah. So did I. But he's not even American. Connie, right here.
Yo, okay. So here's my question: if the quartering does get, if TV gets taken off, what do you think that will mean for everyone else?
Nobody will criticize her again.
Nobody will criticize anybody ever again.
That'd be really risky. In fact, you'd probably see it only to other white people.
All right.
You'd probably be out of your, if you want to have a career. You'd probably you would probably only criticize other white commentators, English commentators, stuff like that. Yeah. If you want
I'll tell you this though. You got a fat chance of that happening, I think, because he's taking legal action. If it doesn't stop.
Well, here's the thing. He's taking legal action. I didn't go over that part. They're saying that he swatted people. He's taking legal action over that. So, we'll see. Apparently, Black Girl Gamers already took those tweets down, so they don't want a lawsuit because Jeremy's got money. And but this is a lot of money we're talking about. So yeah, he might be going up, but that's not going to change getting the YouTube channel getting fucking clipped. That's not going to change. You got a head of a pretty big part of this fucking website trying to get him flagged down, doing what he can and raising it to people that work internally in this situation by saying a tweet, something that happened off platform, which is clearly a stupid thing, a stupid joke, and ignoring the person that he criticized to begin with, who was clearly saying something violent and racist. They put violence and an ethnicity they despise in the same sentence. So yeah, there you go.
But if let's say he has his lawsuit, right? Mm-hmm. over the swatting allegations. Let's say he wins. In all likelihood, that's what it looks like because people are taking down their tweets, right? Let's say he wins. Do you think it looks good on YouTube to start removing a channel based on allegations from somebody who's already been? I
don't know if they care. I think I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think eventually they're going to get to Tim Pool.
We've all been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, but Tim uses it to kind of grift a little bit. But I don't know if that's out of it. Just because he's trying to grift doesn't mean it's not true. So I think what you're going to see is, like, can they afford to do it? Can they get away with it without? Yeah, and I think that eventually it'll be little by little. Like, what's the first guy that got taken out? Like
Mumkey Jones?
Alex Jones. Now, Mumkey probably has something to do with it.
Alex was definitely
Alex is the first guy.
Oh, yeah. Alex. Mumkey was the first one I remember.
And we're seeing anything like now. I guess there's some kind of investigation over election meddling in Nevada. And then Crowder reports that, and it gets clipped. Yeah. What about the guy that put some information that the CDC and the WHO all both agreed on? About kids going to school. Those videos got removed. Yeah, sure. It's
the thing is,
if they can frame
they're totally okay with doing it for political things.
Yeah, political. But this is political. If you think about it, this is political. This is racial. This is the highest level. Yeah. And by the way, this doesn't say anything about. Let me make this abundantly clear. Zombie Kills does not represent black female gamers. She represents woke. That's it. Bully woke. That's it. So. Keeman mentioned that, there's not a lot of black female streamers and what have you. Maybe somebody could give him a fucking break. That wouldn't be a bad. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. If you're somebody on Twitch and you feel that strongly about that, And a lot of those guys were living, maybe searching out somebody out there and just giving them a chance. I've done that in my own time. Somebody I'm deserving. But I haven't done it on a racial basis. But if you feel that strongly about things like that, maybe it's time to say, hey, give Diva a shot. Give this girl a shot. Black girls are gamers too. Give this one a shot. But I don't see anybody doing that. I just see a lot of people complaining there's not enough black female gamers and streamers. That's all I see. I don't see anybody like that. People just say that to virtue signal. Well, if you got a platform, Pokimane, get to it. Put somebody out there. Put somebody out there. All right. Anything else, Connor?
I just think that this whole off-platform behavior thing that Twitch and YouTube have been doing, I think it's BS. Why should these companies be able to monitor us outside of their platforms? Why should we have to follow their rules, even when we're not even doing anything related to them?
Well, because I generally think that that gives the media companies power over the individual, which I think is their end goal.
I think if the quartering
That's it. I mean, we literally are ruled by the media and social media right now. They could shut down stories. They could erase you. I don't think they want to give that power up. And they're not even, none of them are elected and none of them can be removed. So I think that's the question people in the West have to really grapple with. That if, you can't talk on social media, you really don't have free speech. There's no, you really don't. You're literally go to the safe zone, go to the free speech zone like they had in certain colleges. So you got free speech. No one heard you. Stuff like that. So
if you say whatever you want in the middle of the woods and no one's around to hear it, did you really say anything at all?
Doesn't matter. It's public square. You can if you go in the public and you get in a soapbox and you start yelling your ideas or anything, too many things they could do about it.
Well, people could call the cops on you for disturbing the peace.
Oh, that's if you're screaming though.
Yeah.
You stay on the soapbox and you stay on this. You stay on the soapbox and you could do it like a performance.
Yeah.
There's a million things you could do. I mean, people think they're just screaming like an idiot. You don't have to scream like an idiot. You wouldn't be that effective anyway. So yeah, I mean, there are rules about protesting and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you can't. I mean, here's another thing. I don't even have a problem with people making racist. Notice, not once did I say that Zombie Kills should lose her Twitter account, and I do. I think she's a bigot. I think she hates white people. I that's pretty good. That's what I surmise. And what I surmise is not only did she say it, and I could even let her pass on it. Maybe she got angry. Everybody does something fucking racist out of anger once in a while. I'm sure it's the guys that keep it fucking going. Maybe she got cut off by some dumb white lady, and she just said, "I can look the other way on that." Right? It's that she lied about it on top of it, and then she has whoever the hell this dude is covering for her. So yeah, I think she's a bigot for sure. I don't think she loses her account. I don't think she loses her account. I don't, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Tommy, I just got something sent to me. Check your DMs.
All right.
That is Zombie Kills, by the way.
Oh, is that what I sent them to? I think I know what you sent them.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna just read it. I'm not gonna put her up there, so you're gonna have to take my. How come the bottom is blocked out?
That is that is blocked. I'll tell you why after the show.
I don't have a name on there.
But that is it is her. It's from
Keemstar. I mean, I'm not Keemstar. I'm not. I tell you something, Vlad. I'm not Keemstar in 2016. It looks like him. I don't want to end up that way.
From a reliable source.
I have it. I had it confirmed.
By this is live show, people.
Not fair.
This is fucking live. You realize that?
I know. I'll tell you who sent to me.
So I gotta sit there and trust you. I gotta sit here and trust you for the next thing. You can completely fucking drop the ball, and you can't say who this person is. So let me ask you: if you're in my spot, do you fucking put this woman's picture on there? So what? Did he tweet it?
That's the guy who sent it to me.
Did he
Don't
tweet
say
it?
No, he sent it to me.
All right.
The
I got
source-
no name. I got no name,
The
no
source got
area,
from Jeremy.
just
The
a
source
fucking
from
picture,
fucking Jeremy.
and fucking the guy that did it hasn't even tweeted it. Do you want me to fucking lose my channel? Is that it? Does anything I just said make sense?
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't say it earlier. I just sent it to you.
That's a lot
Vault,
of money,
I'm talking to
I guess,
you.
For a person of color.
We just.
Do you listen to anything that I just said? Do you realize that I have to put this whole thing on the line for somebody who probably has political back, right? And if I fuck this up, much less if that's not the person, and what am I going to say in court? So-and-so said so? Are you nuts? I can't believe you've been this brain dead this episode. I don't know who the fuck that is. I have no idea who that is. Now, if the person you're talking about tweeted it out, and they're willing to put their balls on the line for it, which clearly they're not, I could go through them and this is what they said. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
Do you realize why this was incredibly brain dead? Yes or fucking no?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is all I got, you know.
I know.
This is the second time. The first one was Ron Jeremy. Now you're doing it to me again? This put a dagger in me. Do you know who we're dealing with? Do you understand who we're dealing with here?
Yeah.
Unfucking believable. You're gonna have to start using your fucking head. Jesus Christ. I don't want to end up like fucking Bobacks in open folders. The stuff you decide to derail me on, it's like I don't understand how your judgment works. I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. And by the way, I just want to say, what are we talking about? This woman's bigotry, right? What does this fucking thing have to do with anything with quartering or her bigotry or anything I'm talking about? Tell me.
Nothing.
Exactly. Because you know what this is? If I post this up there, you know what that is? It's just a smear. Did you ever think for a second that maybe it got thrown out? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So what does that do? Everything I said has been derailed by you today. By your fucking stupid joke. And had I put that up there, I could have been illegally liable.
Yeah.
Unreal. I mean, truly unfucking real. Holy shit. What do you want, Spectre?
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person.
Thank
of
you,
color.
Simman. Spectre.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I accidentally muted. I just want to say thank you for two
What?
things. One, for mentioning the fact that Quartering brought this on himself by
He
instigating
did.
the entire thing.
He absolutely did.
He absolutely did. He has screamed about, let's just go back, Pokimane going after one of his friends because he made some critical videos about her, and she's like, oh, well, we need to go after Ridge Wallet. It's a Gundam.
Yeah.
He decides to trigger this entire thing. Now, if this had been a cancel attempt, and I'm not a quartering fan, I don't like Jeremy, but if this
was a canceling attempt. You don't have to beat around the bush. This was a canceling attempt on Jeremy. There's no way around it. He's apologized for it, but there's no way around it. This is a canceling attempt. So guess what? She fired back. And what did she use? Her race. What a shock.
What did he do that brought on himself, though?
He said, you know, he went to her sponsors and said,
that was fucked up, 100%. Yeah, that was wrong.
Look, first of all, it's not fucked up. Like, if you're an activist or something like that, that's not fucked up. But in our world, and especially the shit he's been preaching, especially what has to do with Ethan Klein, then, that's a huge problem because that's serious hypocrisy.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
And it's not just that he tweeted at them. He also sent his followers to spam their replies and say, hey, spam this and ask them why they allow this racism. That's the issue. And I can't really shed any tears over quartering getting his comeuppance. He thought he had a platform. He thought he was going to be able to stick it to somebody. And it's blown up in his face spectacularly. I'm kind of annoyed that so many
Here's the
people
thing.
are
No, here's what gets me
that.
over it. He should not even all right, he broke our code, so to speak. Okay. All right. First of all, he didn't break theirs. Third of all, if you want to go after somebody's sponsors, I think it's low and it's cancel culture, and it looks really bad if you're like anti-cancel culture. All right. But lose your YouTube channel over it. And it's not like what he said is not untrue. Quartering.
I'm not defending what she said or anything like that. The fact, but the point that needs to keep being brought up, because I'm getting people going after me for making mention of this. It didn't come out of nowhere. And second, I just want to thank you because holy fucking shit, I need more screaming NCOs in my life. There was some PTSD going back to the fucking Marines over that shit. And I was like, I need this in my life.
All right, get out of here. Bye.
Yeah, that reminded me of my dad when he got pissed at me or my little brother or something.
Forget you two. Bye. Homo, you're on the air. Homo? Hello?
Shit.
What's up?
Oh, yeah. All right, so I just wanted to ask, what's your opinion on the UK YouTube scene? Because, like, I've heard Kavos talk about it a few times.
I think they're like every other scene. It's commentary or just YouTube UK in general?
YouTube in general.
I can't really. I have the same opinion I have about the American or the Czech Republic or the Antarctic fucking YouTube scene. It's just YouTube. I don't think I can really answer that with any kind of accuracy. I definitely have an opinion on UK commentators, but as far as as YouTube as a whole, well, some good ones, some bad ones, some in between. But you can say that about anybody, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're any worse or better than I'm sure you could find some English guys that are better than Americans. I can see some guys that are worse. So it's an impossible question to really answer. You know. All right.
Yeah. See it.
Take care. I don't know. Racist Bernie Sanders, you're on the air.
Hello. I was just going to say that I watched Tipster's video earlier, and the thing that didn't set him off was that he went after her sponsors. The thing that set her off was that he was just talking about a tweet that she had made, I think it was 2 months ago.
I was talking about Vault in that context, not Tipster. Vault, quartering.
Oh,
quartering. I was talking about quartering in that context. As far as I know, he did nothing. Yeah, Tipster didn't do anything. Tipster just reported it. It's the quartering that fucking opened this can of worms up when he decided for whatever reason at a weak moment to jump on the cancel culture train himself, and he went up with it with the cancel culture experts.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
I think there's one little difference here, though. Ali, it's in my opinion, it's wrong to do it anyway, and it's a dick move to go after somebody's paycheck, right?
Sure, absolutely.
But usually when people do it, it's usually based on a lie, and at least this time it was true.
It's 100% true, and it's not like she's game for another maybe right-wing activist or something like that. or what have you. She's gay. I don't care if she loses her sponsors, but I'm certainly not going to be a part of it. And Jeremy is the last fucker guy on earth that should be a part of it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, that's it. You can't do it. You can't have it both ways. I don't care if she's racist personally. I don't care. I don't think you should lose your platform even if you're like legitimately racist, which I think she is. Because it sets because what ends up happening, whatever current ideology has the power to deplatform, they're always going to deplatform, and we're seeing it real time. Things that people that don't necessarily help their cause. I mean, people think their political beliefs are like universal, especially on the left, universal values.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to be like, I'm stopping the racist here. Hey, this woman's saying she wants to beat white women, or she enjoys white women being beat. Yeah, and then what that guy said,
like
and if you're answering it with
not lie about it, especially when it's like such a obvious thing that somebody can find, especially on the Wayback Machine.
You think brazen racists would own it a little bit more?
No, that's not the way she sees it at all. She can lie as much as she wants, as long as, because I think she's one of these race hustlers that knows how to intimidate people that can help her.
I was gonna say that before. You mentioned the fact that after the PS5 thing, she gained that 20K followers.
She got 20,000 followers. Now she's a factor.
She saw that it worked, and she's like, "Fuck it,
and she's gonna do it again after this. If he gets clipped, watch the rampage she goes on." And then we can all have this guy to really thank, because it's not her power.
Yep,
it's somebody else's power. She's an Italian soccer player. That's all it is. She's trying to draw a red card. That's it. That's all that's going on. I am
offended.
Get offended. I can't watch Serie A. I don't know how you can either.
I was just watching it before the stream.
Why? How? Was a lot of guys laying on the ground? Jeez.
Huh?
There's a lot of guys on the ground. How many?
We went a whole game without a card. So there.
How many free kicks though? Probably 1,000.
There was a lot. Can't hide that one.
Victim I would agree. I would agree with that. I find Jeremy to be insufferable, but I just don't know how relevant your comment is. This is pretty fucking serious. That you have these woke fucking essentially Nazis, thought Nazis trying to take other people down. Whether he does it or the same is completely and totally irrelevant. We have to be what we have to worry about is one fucking value being enforced over another. Or really not value, but one person's politics. And you're seeing this across the line. And the more and more it fucking happens, no, we don't have a problem here. Nothing to see here. Calm the cop in South Park. That's the fucking problem. It's not going both ways. And I don't know if it should even go both ways. Let people speak. Let people think. The moment they start calling for violence, step in. Jeremy hasn't even touched that. And I got to be honest with you, guys like you, Vito, that sit there and turn around when somebody does get clipped. You got 10,000 fucking excuses why they asked for it. I'm sorry, you're not a free speech guy to me if that's the case, and I've seen you do it before on Twitter. So, yeah, I mean, Jeremy's insufferable. Jeremy can't take a fucking joke. Jeremy cries and plays fucking victim. Jeremy does all those things. But, we didn't see fucking all the SJWs losing their channels and Gamergate doing much the same grift. As far as I know, even though she's not relevant, Arnita Sarkeesian still exists.
Oh, her ears just twitched because you brought up her name.
Yeah. And so it has to do with being like, let people speak. Don't make excuses when they're deplatformed, no matter what their political ideology might be. The only time we can have this conversation, should ever have this conversation, is we're calling to violence. Direct calls for violence. Not, well, he believes in this, and this could, you got this like slippery slope fallacy. That's going to get you to violence. But you've also made comments on Twitter like people asking for it. You've gone both ways on this video. Well, I haven't seen your new video. Good for you if that's the case. But I've seen you go both ways on this issue. And one of the things that go, especially people on the left that are not exactly extreme, guys like Vito, I wouldn't call Vito extreme, and they just, well, could have done this, he could have done that. Bullshit. Leftists have this overwhelming desire to defend their ideology like a religion.
To the death.
And I just like, I just don't see this on the fucking right as much. Like, oh no, we're not like we I so many leftists say we are not capable of the horrible things that a right-wing dictatorship could spawn. Are you kidding me? You got a bigger death count in the 20th century. So don't give me this shit that the left can't get out of control. And it's, you know what? Like what happened in fucking South America, like what happened in fucking China, like what happened in Russia. It was all based on identity politics, the forefront of the modern left right now. It wasn't always like that, but it is now. And they just tell you over and over, it's not really happening or it's not as bad as it is. And honestly, Jeremy wouldn't be getting all this fucking attention if there wasn't a real threat of his channel coming down.
I think he wouldn't be getting as much of the attention if leftists in general didn't.
I gotta put Vito in. I didn't know he was gonna actually call it, but then it wouldn't be fair. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to interrupt the show.
No. But I criticize you, so it'd be kind of shitty not to put you on. To be honest.
Whatever, man. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I should post on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever. I don't know who you're calling me a hypocrite or whatever. I don't know exactly.
I seem to remember, and I will apologize if that. I seem to remember. Somebody got clipped, and you didn't really have a too much. That was Trump.
Well, a lot of
it was
times
Trump.
people
It was
are
Trump.
very
It was Trump.
Strongly.
Yeah, that's it. Now I remember. It was Trump.
It was Trump. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, because I still. What do you call it? Trump.
Did what?
It's a complicated. He lied to my face numerous times.
So?
I mean, he's the government. Why do you oppose government propaganda, but then when the president himself is putting out propaganda, I mean,
because first of all, because my whole problem is the premise of the idea that you could just say his shit's propaganda in my political speech, and this is objectively true and not true. That's not how free speech works. Free speech is just that.
What would you say if the Pentagon came to Twitter and they said, "We want to go on your site and we want to lie about a war that doesn't exist. We want to just blatantly..."
Well, I think they would actually, currently, in the current administration, I think Twitter would oblige.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we're seeing just today. By the way, with the Dr. Seuss thing, eBay has now gotten involved. So if you're selling any of the so-called not banned book, but non-produced Dr. Seuss books, you can't sell it on eBay today. This is collusion. So I got to be honest with you. So yeah, taking down Trump. You're saying it's not true. That's my whole point. That's like a perfect example, Vito.
Wait, what am I saying?
Your political opposition to me is not that. It's something that's simply untrue. That's where I have the problem.
Okay, what is untrue? What?
No, what you're saying is like you have a problem with the government lie, therefore he should be taken down on Twitter. I don't think he should be taken on Twitter whether he's lying or not.
Right, and that's a difference of opinion, but I mean, the more I think about it, the more I think that if I have a website and the government comes to me and says, "We want to use your website to lie to people," I mean, why am I?
They probably, first of all, they're already doing it. They're doing it out in the open. We're seeing people like Nancy Pelosi saying that Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats that they have to do more about fake news. So it's right out in the open. You just got to look. You got to do more about fake news. You got to do more about misinformation. You got to do more about radicalization. All this is happening right in front of you, and it's actually coming from your side of the aisle.
Am I allowed to ban people from my personal Patreon? Or
absolutely. Because
what's the difference if I start a website?
Because your Patreon is not the public fucking square.
Okay, well that's the difference though. At what point does okay? Twitter is still a business, right? They have to
at this point in time, yeah. But
so at what point is a website so big that they're not allowed to ban people?
I don't know. That's probably going to have to be. You know what? That's a fair question. That's probably going to have to be decided by the courts. But I'd like to see it get to the courts.
Because Twitter,
because we did, but we also have precedent
on their platform. Let's say ISIS is on Twitter and they're actively making people leave.
They were.
They are.
They actually were.
They are, and they probably still are.
So let's say they're on Twitter, and Twitter is losing money because they're being known as an ISIS site where there's ISIS stuff everywhere and pictures of people getting their heads cut off. You're saying that we have to allow it because it's a public square. Twitter
I think at this stage probably, but look, I'm not a lawyer. I think that at some stage, yeah, and I think as long as they're not calling for people death but selling their ideology, I've got a place with ISIS. And I gotta be honest with you, it's really kind of it's really a non-starter because look, that's not it's not like Muslim extremism is really just gonna take off on Twitter all of a sudden.
But you are saying that there's limits that you would agree to. If I was posting child pornography on Twitter, you would say ban him.
Yes, I think because there's a victim there. I think that is violence in a sense.
So content that's against that is illegal. We don't want on there.
Illegal. Illegal. It's illegal to call. Look. Thought. No matter how sick, I think should be protected. Absolutely. I think the same principles that allowed these companies to get as big as they did in an extremely rich country, the foundation was laid for them. I think they should have some of those principles. And if they don't have those principles, I think they should be forced into it. Because unfortunately, like a lot of businesses, right, you get people with the same ideologies that run certain type of businesses. In tech, that doesn't seem to be any different. When my father was in the corporate world, everybody was like a right-wing Bush voting conservative. Okay, I get that part. But here's the thing. The problem with the left and people in that world is they think that people that disagree with them are actually breaking some kind of universal value like murder. Let's bring up the election.
Everybody on the left is a hive mind. I mean, that's the other thing is that when you say the left, you got to understand.
Well, I'm being in general. I'm not being general.
And for me, I do lean on the side of like I don't want to ban people from Twitter, and I even have said, you know what, I don't think Trump did cross the line, but it is the kind of thing where if Twitter starts losing money, I can't tell them, well, you're a business. I mean, Twitter already doesn't.
But they already have a protection. They already have a protection.
Keem's looking to vent.
I'll let him vent in a minute. Let him sit. Well, look. I think we've got. I mean, look. If it was one of those things too. The other thing is these guys are colluding. You lose your fucking Facebook. You lose your Twitter. You lose everything across the board. So now we have the collusion is illegal. So if it would be one thing if Twitter could ban you under those circumstances, and you could go somewhere else. But that's becoming less and less of a possibility. Take the Alex Jones banning, for instance.
I was just about to say, Vito's not going to like it, but it happened to Alex Jones. He got banned on everything.
Everything one day after another, and eventually. So they're all colluding on top of it, which is criminal.
One point. This is Trump. If Trump wants a platform, it's not like Twitter's the only place he can reach.
He's been banned from everywhere.
Yeah,
that's like the worst example.
Get on any news site.
They got Parler taken down. Everybody was complaining that their own social media. They made one and it got taken down. So, what are you supposed to do?
He can get it reported on. Trump has not lost a platform. Okay, now so what I'm saying is there's a difference when you tell me I'm hypocritical because I think Trump is a severe edge case when he's the most powerful man on earth, and him losing his Twitter, I don't consider it him losing. It's different from a guy like Alex Jones, who yes, you could bully off the internet, and they have done that.
Well, it started with Alex Jones, which nobody cared about because the guy's nuts, and now it's the president of the United States. So I'm sorry, your argument is making me more concerned.
If they had banned him prior to becoming president, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't. Look. You're entitled to your opinion, Vita. The fact that you're uncomfortable with it, that they're comfortable with something like that, and don't think it can bite you in the fucking ass, or anybody else in the ass. It just seems like guys like you. It's okay if I disagree with them, or you'll rationalize it. That's what I see with guys like you.
Well,
do I think you're consciously doing something rotten or anything like that? No, I think if you actually sat down, gave it some fucking thought, you'd be like, oh, this is some scary shit, even though I find these guys' political views repulsive. I think if you actually sat down...
I think if I had a website and the president was using it to spread verified lies, I would be like, I don't
see, look at the language you used. Look at the language you use. Look at the language you use.
First Amendment right.
Look at the language you use. Verified lies. All right, you don't think
verified lies?
Okay. Verified by who? That's the problem. You sound like a Soviet apparatchik when you talk like that.
No,
because there is nuance. You can just because the media comes out or Snopes comes out and says verified lie. That's not the end of the fucking story. That's not the end of the story.
Trump said 2.7 million votes were deleted by Dominion voting systems.
Yeah, and you know what? Trump's going to have to delete. And you know what?
Whatsoever.
And there is recourse for Dominion voting to sue him in court.
It's still a lie.
And so what? So what? So you're asking for these social media?
I don't want the government to lie.
You want corporations to see if we're telling the truth? Is that what you're saying?
if I own a website and the government,
That's what I'm asking you. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? And I'll leave it. Are you comfortable with Twitter, Facebook, Instagram deciding what's true and what isn't? Because that's what you're asking for.
Yeah, you realize if you give social media the power to, if in your words, the government is lying to you on social media, right? So if you give your social media websites the power to remove these government officials from lying to you, your social media has now become your government. You understand that, right?
No, I don't understand.
How come you not understand it?
You just gave them the power to decide
it's like the argument when the last time you called. All I want is what you said last time. All I want is people to stop spreading misinformation. Well, how do we do that? That was the question I asked you, and he said I don't know. And I mentioned some kind of truth. Only like authoritarian countries have like truth divisions, right? Historically, you are aware of that, right?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So why are you so comfortable with corporations that are all like-minded? That we can kind of agree that, tech does tend to lean left. Why are you comfortable with they do it? Is it just because you share an ideology?
I am not always okay with when they do it. They've made mistakes in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about individual instances. And I already said that the thing they banned Trump for, I don't agree with. So this is actually two conversations.
Yeah, in some sense. No, fair enough.
Do I think Trump should have been banned in this specific instance? No, because they banned him for promoting violence, which he obviously wasn't doing, and I disagree with that.
All right, respect
you on that one. If Twitter came to me and they said, "Look, man,
banned for lying," you understand? Like, if somebody calls you a liar, that doesn't make you lying. I mean, there's more nuance and stuff like that.
All right. A liar or spreading false information.
It's same thing. Same thing, spreading false information. I could just say, you know what, Vito, you've been spreading false information this entire fucking time.
And I can give you sources.
Exactly. Sources for what? It's your fucking opinion. They fucking censor people on their opinions and say they're spreading misinformation. Here's another thing, and that's a really good point. Trump's got every right to believe. Trump has every right, like I do, or anybody has every right to believe that 2 million votes are sent. He's allowed to think it. He's allowed to think whether it's true or not.
He's allowed to think it.
Yeah, and he's allowed to. And if he's allowed to think it, he's allowed to say it.
As an agent,
and he's allowed to say it. Because we don't fucking want corporations or government deciding what's true and what isn't. It is the pathway to hell.
You don't think it's even the least bit dangerous to give these people the power to control what information makes it to you?
So if Biden invents a fake war and starts telling us we're at war with China and posting doctored screenshots,
we have a mechanism. We have a mechanism for that. It's called impeachment. No, I don't. We have a mechanism for it.
But you're saying Twitter should allow it. Twitter doesn't impeach.
I know. I think yes, I do. I do. Because you know what? The more he's fucking lied, the more it's be able to check up on. You know what? So now we have a record. Now we have a record of bullshit. But you know what? That's not really the problem here. Let's be realistic. The bigger problem is if we have a fucking article come out that's true that he's trying some kind of crazy war shit, right? They'll suppress it. So I'm not worried about them letting him lie. I'm worried about what they'll do to protect him. And that we've already seen in October of 2020.
We're just talking about Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter.
I want to do some.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Yeah, I want to get a foot job.
It's really a hard party.
I've never gotten a foot. I have never gotten a foot job in my life. I've never gotten a foot job in my life.
Again, I don't even think Trump should have been banned for what happened. I just think that there is an argument that these private platforms, again, if a guy's on there saying, ISIS is the way, let's cut off the heads of all white children.
All right, well, I'm with you on that one, but I don't think Trump. I don't think anything Trump said even came close.
No, and I don't think anything Trump said came.
And I don't even think anything this zombie idiot. I'm gonna put you on a minute, Keem. I don't even think anybody this zombie person. I don't think she should be banned. I don't think she.
What was the word thing she said? She said.
She didn't say I'm going to beat.
No, she didn't say I'm going to beat, but she said she enjoys watching somebody get hurt.
Yeah.
She enjoys white people getting beat up.
Yeah.
She said.
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's not. Again, it's not.
Yeah, I'm all for her account. I'm all for her account being up there. I think it's okay or at least legal and should be protected to be a bigot. You know, but there is a line. That's the violence line, and that's pretty clear.
It is a double standard because I'm sure if you said I want to see black people get hurt, you'd be gone.
Oh God, and that's 100%. All right. Now, Vito, we're on the same page. Bingo. I'll let you go.
That's what I think we are mostly on the same page.
I'm not saying to disagree with.
Thing is such a fringe.
All right.
How often is the president the guy we're talking about? It's such a
no. It's fair. It's fair enough. I just brought it up.
We're talking about small commentators, individual people. No,
I just brought up that was one example where I think you were making like I think you want to be a free speech guy, but that was one. Yeah, you didn't. Your heart wasn't in that one, you know. But you're entitled to it. You know, I'm not saying you're not entitled to your opinion.
To me, it's weird when the government's involved. I think is where I've come to.
Fair enough.
You want to talk to Keem?
Yeah, I'll put Keem in here. Take care. Bye bye.
Have fun, brother. I love you.
Here, get ready, folks. Keemstar wants to vent.
Oh my God, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
What happened?
Lose my fucking mind. Okay.
What happened?
Listen.
Any update?
Okay, this just happened. It was breaking news, and I fucking made Twitter videos, but that's not enough. I need a place to really fucking vent. Okay,
Shoot.
We all know this to be 100% true. There's a podcast that was completely dead that sparked new life because Trisha Paytas joins it. We are talking about the H3H3 podcast and the new addition to that podcast known as Frenemies. Right?
Yeah.
Ever since that show has been created, these two toxic motherfuckers, Trisha and H3H3, they pick a target and try to ruin and cancel some fucking YouTuber, right? And the new person they've been trying to cancel for I don't know how fucking long is David Dobrik. Yes. H3H3 has made at least 7 different videos, not to mention clips and fucking tweets and everything else, trying to cancel David Dobrik because let me give you the context real quick in case someone in the audience doesn't know. There was a kissing prank on this black man called Seth. They told Seth, David Dobrik told Seth, hey, we're going to put Karina, a girl, in this, you know, old man mask, and you're going to make out with her. So he does it. Turns out it's not the girl. It's not Karina. It's fucking Jason Nash. So he was sitting there.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but I don't know if it's cancel worthy, right?
It's really fucked up, but at the end of the day, if you watch the Vlog Squad, if you watch David Dobrik, these are friends pranking each other. When you end up being in the Vlog Squad, like you kind of got to assume that these pranks
is the black man. Was he a part of the that crew? Because they used to have a rule with Jackass, like if you were in a certain bounds, anybody could get hit at any time. Did they have a similar rule like that for Dobrik?
I don't know if they had a rule like that, but it was just kind of assumed from a third party perspective.
So was the black guy in? Did he understand that he was in that prank zone by any chance? Do we know that?
You would assume that. You would assume that, right?
Well, how long was he there when that happened?
He was in the group for a little bit. He was relatively new.
Okay.
He had to.
So okay, but listen here. There's more to it, right? So then David Dobrik says in a vlog, do I have permission to do this to you again? Right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't answer the question, but he's joking. Clearly, he's okay with this, right?
Okay.
This is not a big deal. And so then later on, David does this elaborate prank and gets fucking him to kiss Jason Nash again with another mask, right? So now it happens 2 times.
Did it to him.
So
he fell for it twice? Come on.
He fell for it twice.
That's a lot of money.
I'm starting to think he was digging it.
Now let's fast forward.
Okay.
So Trisha is dating Jason Nash. They have a breakup. And we all know if Trisha has a breakup with a friend, if Trisha has a breakup with a podcast host, if Trisha has a breakup with someone she's dating, she makes a million videos slandering that person and trying to send as much hate to them as possible.
Sure.
So for years, when she broke up with Jason Nash, she was making videos trying to end the Vlog Squad. It was going nowhere. She was getting hate. It wasn't working. But now that she's teamed up with H3H3, she brings it up again. And now H3H3 and Trisha together decide we are going to end the Vlog Squad. So they interview Seth, and Seth comes on and says, like, this is a horrible thing. And H3H3 is jumping on it, being like, well, that's sexual assault. You could sue her. And H3H3 has been going on for fucking weeks, 7 fucking videos, tweets like that David Dobrik needs to be in jail, needs to be arrested. This is sexual assault. This is a fucking crime. Needs to be sued. Seth needs to sue David Dobrik. Today, breaking like an hour ago, okay?
Yeah.
Scotty from the Vlog Squad uploads a video and shows fucking concrete receipt fucking proofs that Seth was in on it. That Seth was
so it's a fake, and they were fake pranks. You told me you did fucking pranks back in the day, and then you stopped. You had to stop doing them because everybody's faking it. So this is essentially a fake prank the kiss.
Yes, and he gave consent to
Unbelievable.
it. And it's literally not just text, it's his voice. He sent a voice memo to David. And so now this whole thing has blown up, right?
Good.
Where H3H3 and Trisha literally have been slandering David Dobrik. They put so much pressure on me for not covering the story. I was this close to covering the story, and it was going to be negative against David, right? Because I was
it is fucked up. Yeah, but it's just a prank show.
that I was not covering the story and not doing the right thing, and David needed to be held accountable. And now to find out that it's all fucking bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
H3H3, you got to understand. Give the audience a little bit more context here, right? H3H3 is going to YouTube. He's publicly tweeting out. He's making videos for over a year saying Keemstar is making fake stories on creators. Keemstar is bad for the platform, bad for the community. Keemstar is bad for the ecosystem. He's using those words to kind of signal to YouTube, like, remove him from the partnership program, right? And he is doing it. Him and Trisha are actually doing it. They're actually slandering fucking creators.
It took this to get you to say fuck H3H3? It took you this long?
No, I've been saying it.
All right. Let me get this straight. So we know this thing is fake, and this now Trisha had a relationship with this guy Dobrik at one point.
Jason Nash.
Jason. Oh, she had a relationship with Jason Nash. So the whole thing is BS. Oh man,
it's stemming off of every time Trisha has a breakup, she just wants to cancel whoever she was dating. Whoever
she broke up with.
So she made a million videos on Jason Nash in, like, I want to say like 2018, 2019, somewhere in that time frame. And and David Dobrik, and has been trying to cancel him nonstop. So now she teamed up with H3H3, and dude, H3H3's been on a campaign for like 2 weeks.
He's like he even called you a coward for not covering it. Yeah, like I'm thinking
exactly. So I had all H3H3's fans hit me up like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And so I'm questioning myself. I'm sitting here knowing that H3H3 has slandered me, right?
Yeah.
That Trisha Paytas has slandered me. Both of them have fucked with me and said bullshit stuff that wasn't true. And I almost fell for this fucking trap and almost covered this story.
Yeah, no. Well, if I were you, I would fight back not by attacking H3H3 directly or his character. I would put in the headline, Ethan Klein's cancel culture fails, and then go over the whole story. That's what I would do.
Dude, it's just not fair. Like, how many times does this happen? Like, this guy will constantly accuse someone of doing something, and he is the one doing it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he is the one doing it.
We need the Jesse Pinkman meme. You can't get away with it.
Yeah, he does sound kind of familiar. I would love to cover this game, but naturally, I didn't hear a word you said.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't hear a word you said, dude.
Nick, don't even fucking bring up any beef that me and you have whatsoever, dude. This is a fucking important issue. It's a way bigger issue.
Yeah, dude, totally big issue, dude. No, I agree. I just didn't hear what you said. I can't cut.
Okay, well, obviously you couldn't fucking hear your own brain when John Swan was trying to tell you, hey, I totally didn't do it. Yeah, some autistic 12-year-old was on my computer. Where's your brain go there, you fucking genius?
My brain goes wondering why somebody knew for a week and didn't say anything to try to fuck everybody over. It was pretty funny.
No, it wasn't to try to fuck everyone over. It was to fuck John Swan over. I forced John Swan to put out an 8-page fucking Google Doc lying through his teeth.
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Comedian. Now, if it's so funny, laugh. Or are we going to just fucking see through our imagination, through the screen of the fucking tears behind your smiley mask?
No, dude, I'm pretty happy. I'm actually the guy who exposed him.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh, I'm absolutely
Was it you?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Listen, Nick's whole career is based on stupid fans. Like, if you're a fan of Nick, I'm sorry, your IQ has to be low, because this kid spins narratives nonstop, 24/7.
You're not insulting my art.
And you fall for it. And me and Nick were in a call last night at Twitter. What is it called? Twitter Spaces or whatever.
Hell yeah.
We went rounds and rounds through this over and over again.
It was fun as fuck, bro. By the way, did you know that Twitter gave me the ability to host those and you don't have them yet? I have the ability to host them on my tiny unverified account.
I got you on every single issue except for that right there.
Didn't.
I'll concede. I will concede that you getting the fucking Twitter Spaces is fucking one up on me. All right? I'll concede on that point. But everything else you're fucking guilty of. You're fucking wrong. Your fans are literally dumb.
And Augie's over here saying bow down. You literally bowed down and sucked John
Keem, you
Swan's
have to bow down. You don't understand.
You fucking penis, and you swallowed them, and then you tried to manipulate to your fans like, "Oh, I thought this was suspicious. I thought this
that's not true, Keem. I was there when he. I was there when he found out.
Revisionist history. I published a whole video explaining why I believe what I believe. But no, this is like the part that you have to pivot on because this point is terrible. I tell my audience they're dumb as fuck all the time. You're not you're not saying anything they don't already know.
Thank God you know that they're dumb.
But you act like you have little intellectuals in your audience. Apparently the cure for cancer came from Keemstar.
Dude, you don't understand. My fans are geniuses. If you're a Keemstar fan to see the smart people in the chat. Where are the smart people at? Where are the ones? I guarantee there's some fucking Keemstar fans here, and that's a fucking genius. I'm waiting for it. Can we
get the big thinkers? Yeah, big thinkers in the chat.
Well, there's the dumbass with the two. Oh, look at that. Right there. We found a genius. Albert Einstein right there. You see those
I gotta say,
IQs are mad high, like 189.
Me and Keem debated for like 9 hours last night.
Offline? Why didn't you do it live?
It was a really interesting
How come you guys didn't do it live?
We was live, but you can't record it. It was really fucking fun, dude. Spaces is sick. I never tried Clubhouse, even though I've been on it for a while.
Try it out.
But that was such a that was great.
No, if they can fix the annoying sound, like when you're on it, there's little sound effects that go in your ear nonstop. It's fucking so bad, dude.
Yeah.
You guys really 8 hours talked about this horse shit?
Dude, I was up till 7 a.m. and I passed out in the call.
Yeah. How come I never got invited to play Sea of Thieves? I'm fucking hurt.
I told Nick, I said, Nick, we need one more person. Invite Tommy C.
Oh, you bastard! You bastard!
That's a fucking lie.
No.
There's no universe where you said invite Tommy C.
Yes, I did. I said invite Tommy C. And Nick said he's horrible at video games.
That's probably true. Yeah, it's true about that. Last question.
I want you to know Tommy has been practicing Sea of Thieves for 2 months.
Yeah, because I wanted to play
the call up to the major leagues, dude.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Okay, listen.
Last question. Before you go, FWIZ. I think he took a fucking calculated risk right there by not so much criticizing him, but standing for the quartering. If you think, my question is this: is FWIZ going to get this right? Because that girl's a racist crazy.
This is one thing that I definitely need to talk about. Okay. And I need everyone to just try to listen. Right.
The floor is yours.
Open mind here. All right. I have known FWIZ longer than almost anyone on the internet.
No kidding.
Okay. FWIZ was a kid that was a fan of Call of Duty esports, and he was in his bedroom shoutcasting it, right?
I remember that.
And then he was so good at it
that
money, MLG hired FWIZ to be an actual shoutcaster for Call of Duty. So that was his first main gig, right? That was a big fucking deal for this kid in his bedroom. Then he gets hired by Machinima, which if you were hired by Machinima back in the day, that is
you were the man.
Right? He was hired to handle all the gaming content creators and stuff over there, and then Machinima's about to shit the bed, and YouTube needs to focus on YouTube gaming, and they need the right guy to do it, and they get FWIZ. And the reason why FWIZ has had this amazing career is because he is fair to everyone, he is nice to everyone, and he gives everyone respect. Now, when this girl is on Twitter and she's tweeting at Twitter Gaming, the head of Twitter Gaming, FWIZ, right? FWIZ does something that's in his character. I will send this to the right person. I will definitely forward this. He's not going to ignore her. His job is to represent all of Twitter gaming or YouTube gaming. And if someone is saying, I have a problem in the community, right? He's going to take care of it. Yeah. So he's forwarding, I guess, but he's forwarding that complaint over to the people that decide if, quartering is going to get a ban or not. He's not taking any action. He's just forwarding that to the right people.
But I mean, I know you guys. I don't want to. I know it's kind of weird. I don't know this guy, and I don't want to dump on your friend just to make it seem like I'm dumping on your friend. But I got to be honest with you. He's incredibly disingenuous. She pointed out that this girl said something blatantly racist, and another guy pulled up a tweet, a Hitler joke that he made a couple months ago, and now he's using that and like you said, yeah, it's outside his scope, but he's trying to get that to the right people. What kind of guy is FWIZ? Is he somebody that protects racist?
No, absolutely not.
It sounds like it because he sounds like he's doing zombies. He sounds like he's doing zombies' dirty work for her.
No, absolutely not.
King,
That's incorrect.
knowing what we
and
know,
I'll tell you this.
don't you think he should have kind of ignored this one?
Hold on.
Can I respond?
Go ahead.
Respond? Okay, look. If Quartering tweets at FWIZ and says, "Hey, look, I'm having this issue with her, and she's making false claims," he's going to send the same message to the Quartering. He's going to say, "I'll forward this to the right people."
I'm not buying that.
You know, you're wrong. I'm telling you,
because I go through his timeline and he sounds like a woke asshole, and that's why it's so tough for me to.
Hold on, Tommy. Quartering does have 2 gay black dads, so I'm going to tell you.
I go down his timeline. He seems like a woke asshole, and I got to be honest with you. It's like all right, Vito. He's a liberal. I disagree with him, and sometimes I think he's crazy, but I don't think he's like woke, you know. And I look at his timeline as like, there's a woke dude. There's a guy that's getting involved in this shit. There's a guy that's ignoring the context of the incident and bringing an old tweet.
I'll tell you this.
What?
I made a video on Twitter explaining the entire situation with Zombie, and I sent it to FWIZ just so he knew the backstory.
Okay, great. No, you did a great job. I played the video. You did a fine job. You. I think you put your ass out the line there because I know you had a relationship with this guy. He's a big shot on YouTube. But I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to say a goddamn good thing about him because I doubt very, very much that he didn't understand the context and he doesn't have it out for this guy. This is the second time that he has gotten involved with the Quartering. And that's bizarre because he's not doing it with other people. And he spends the rest of the day talking about black creators.
If you're the head of Twitter gaming,
yeah.
If you're the head of Twitter gaming, try to put yourself in his shoes. You're not deciding at all if someone's banned or not. That's not your department. You don't handle this at all. But you are the head of YouTube gaming, right?
Yeah.
And a gamer complains to you and says, "Hey, there's this issue." You're going to respond back just to show
with that kind of force, with ignoring the context.
What did he say exactly? He said he was forwarding it to the right people, right?
Yeah, it says he also said he was flagging it. Hold on, I'll get it up there right now. I'll get.
Do you think he doesn't know who she is?
He doesn't know anything about this situation, nor does he care.
I cannot buy that with
Twitter. He's the head of YouTube gaming, and he's just doing his job. Somebody has an issue, he's forwarding it to the right people, at YouTube.
All right, here's I'm gonna read it. Hey, Raymond and Zombie, I continue to flag every single message /tweet I receive regarding this issue to our policy. And he's using the tweet that he made on Twitter. Nothing to do with YouTube. Policy, trust, and safety teams. This sits outside my remit, but I continue to flag these escalations to our appropriate turn level.
Exactly. It's outside of his job, and he's sending it to the right people.
Do you think he should look into the flags that he is submitting before he submits them?
No.
Is he afraid?
It's not his job.
Is this woman backed by some kind of political big shot? Because everybody seems. Has he responded this way before to a similar issue? I don't think so.
Let me ask you a question. All right. First of all, let's just assume that FWIZ is not looking into this situation at all, because anybody that would look into this situation would see that it's BS, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So he's not looking into it. He doesn't know anything about this situation at all. All he's getting is tweets saying, "Hey, people are being racist. A horrible thing is happening to me." And he's just doing the responsible thing, which someone in his position should do. And that is send that to the right people. Send that to the department that looks at this stuff to see if a violation has happened. That's all he's doing.
Here's a better one. Do you think the people he's sending it to are actually responsible and who they?
Here's another thing. When he got involved last year, November 29th, thanks for flagging at Team YouTube. We'll look into this. He's responding to the same guy that the Quartering reported last year or in November. He's responding to the exact same account. This account, this John Matthew, has an absolute hard-on for the Quartering, right? He said that this headline, a woman went on a podcast to demand a free Xbox Series X and PS5 console based on the color of her skin, which is an objectively true statement. And then he chimes in on this one back in November too. And it's the same dude, the exact same dude. What are the odds of that for somebody has?
Well, let's ask a question, right? Let's try to understand this and understand the context.
Okay.
Zombie Kills and this whole crew, right? What are they doing? They're organizing people and getting them to false flag people. getting them to spam. They're trying to shut quartering down. So I imagine if FWIZ is looking through his feed, right, he's not getting 1,000 messages every day, but now he's seeing like multiple people spamming him saying quartering's being racist. He's got to do the right thing and report this to the people, and then tell the person, hey, look, I just want you to know that I am forwarding this. You know,
people are getting canceled every day. He does this with everybody, or he does this with just the quartering. See, I have trouble believing that. Look, Keem, here's another thing. I feel like I'm putting you spot a little bit because you've known him that long. I would here's the thing. Here's why I have trouble.
I know he's not like that.
Yeah,
he's just not like that.
And I don't want to because I don't want because like let me tell you something. If I had a close friend that I grew up with and I came into this business with, I might go the extra mile and defend him. I get that. So it's tough to believe based on what I've seen, based on I'm not really aware of him getting involved like this in any other situation, and based on his politics that he tweets publicly. But
have you ever seen FWIZ say? Have you ever seen FWIZ say, yeah, this person needs to be banned or that? Like, he doesn't even.
I think that this is pretty close to it, man. This is pretty close to it. It's one of two scenarios here, right? He's either trying to appease her because he's afraid of her, and that'd be interesting to find out. Well, or he's got it in for the quartering. One of the two.
Okay, well, here's another example. When we have an issue on YouTube, what do? We tweet at Team YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Team YouTube responds. We forward this to the right department all the time. He's just doing the same thing. It's
publicly,
the same fucking thing.
Publicly, isn't that a little weird? Publicly, really?
He is the head of YouTube gaming, though. He's the head of it.
Yeah, but like the last time this happened, she had like 500 followers on Twitch. Now she has 22,000. It's just like it's so weird. It's the same guy.
I just think he could be showing judgment, man. I know he's not getting them banned. I know he's not. I'm just saying I think he should be showing judgment.
It's the same thing that happened a couple months ago. It's the same guy that made the tweet.
He doesn't know anything about this situation. He is not even looking into it. I guarantee. All he sees is people spamming him saying this horrible thing happened, and he is forwarding it. That is it.
And what happens if the wrong guy?
So even if let's say the quartering gets banned, it wouldn't be FWIZ's fault. It really. The fucking policy teams.
That's what I was gonna say. You don't think he has a hand in it by flagging it to them, like even a little bit?
Yeah,
the policy team isn't going to say, "Hey, this was flagged to me by the head of YouTube Gaming." So
they're not going to say that.
Guilty.
They're not going to say it, but it was.
They're not going to assume that it's guilty just because FWIZ sent it to them. Look, I've had issues with YouTube, and I went to FWIZ for help in the past. And you know what he did? And I can tell you from my personal experience. He set up an email conversation between me and the right department. Like that's what he does. He just hooks you with the right department that can address that issue. He is not the one that's going to flag quartering or go to YouTube and say, hey, quartering needs to go down. I'm getting a lot of tweets, but he's not doing that. I promise you.
I don't want to sit there and call you I don't call you a liar because it's very, all I'm going to say is this. I accept your explanation, but it's very difficult to believe that the same person reported. He had a more forceful response this time, and it's over the same person. The stars just aligned twice about 3 months
because
apart.
They keep spamming him. Yeah. Zombie Kills and her crew are spamming the shit out of FWIZ. Look it up. Search at FWIZ and see.
And just by luck, so he's getting spammed constantly, and just by luck, he responded to the one tweet that the same guy from last time. It's the exact same dude from back in November that he responded to.
I don't know why he's responded to that. Does he follow that guy? Maybe he knows that.
Yeah, I know. But it's just like he's getting spammed by him, and then he responds to the same dude. Like, why do this publicly? Why even give the image of it? Could you at least admit this? This does look like he's showing a bias. Whether he is or not, I can't look into his heart, and you know him better than me.
There's fucking no way. That guy is just fair to everybody.
Really?
I promise.
You don't think he's... Because, I mean, am I going to have to change it? Because I'm saying he's protecting a bigot. That's what I'm saying right now. No, and unless I see otherwise, I'm standing by that.
I can't see it.
FWIZ you can't see it. All right.
If you tweeted at FWIZ, if everybody in here tweeted at FWIZ and said you had an issue with YouTube Gaming, he'd look at the issue and he would forward it to the right department.
So you're saying by his response, all he's saying is I'll forward it to the right people. That's what you're saying. That's how you interpreted that message.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were to sit down and have a beer with FWIZ, you'd walk out of that meeting fucking loving the guy. Like there's nothing to hate about him.
We're debated. You talked about him too. So I have trouble believing that. I want to believe you. I just didn't see it. And I'd be happily say I was 100% wrong. I fucking apologize to the guy. But it's just...
FWIZ is so fair, and he's so cool with literally everybody. That's how he got the job he's in. Like, literally, everybody loves that fucking guy.
Yeah, but he's also at YouTube. He's also at YouTube,
like,
so they might have fucking background checked his ideology. You know, I mean, I just don't trust these people. Well, you know what? I know you're not like a left-wing guy, and you know, you're a Trump supporter. Oh, you're openly a Trump supporter, and he's still friends with you, so he could be that bad. I'll give you that. You know?
He's not political, bro. This is not the guy
Hold
that's
on a
political.
second.
I
don't know about that. Maybe is there? Hold on a second. I think I found. I looked at his. Let me see here. I gotta look at this. All right, he's first. Well, I mean, this isn't necessary
That's
political.
a lot of money, I guess.
But he's tweeting a lot about black female gamers, which, you know, fair enough. There isn't. If he wants to help some black female gamers, I'm like all for that shit. Let's see.
Can you read what Griffin said in the donation real quick?
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. He's replying to a he's replying to a known conservative governor of Texas right now, and he's taking a left-leaning position. He's certainly entitled to that. So I think he's a little more politically aware than you think.
Maybe I don't see.
Maybe he changed, dude. People change, man. People change. I mean, I had a guy. I had a guy on my show that was a lefty or like a Sargon guy. Now he's a communist. I mean, it happens.
Let me make a point real quick. Griffin Gaming was one of the first YouTubers to make a video on Zombie, calling her out for getting the free PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
They were tagging FWIZ back then, saying investigate, right?
Yeah.
And he just donated $5 to you, and he said in the donation, Keem is right. Zombie got him to investigate my video, and nothing came of it.
Keem is right. Zombie. That's great fucking news. And you know what?
See what I'm saying? He is just.
You know what? Then here's what I'll do. If this guy doesn't get, because I'm gonna be very suspicious of him if sort of, you know, he gets like Mumpky Jones. I'll make a public apology, a separate video from a stream, and I'll apologize to the guy directly. Then if that's the case, because I want to be. I'm not all about being right. I want to be wrong on this one. I like to think that people at YouTube Gaming are looking out for people, not sticking up for stupid bigots. You know. That's great fucking news. And if thank you Griffin Gaming for that donation, and thank you for letting me know. That's good. That's good stuff.
I cannot think of a better person, right? And I've been in this game for 12 years. I cannot think of a better person to head YouTube Gaming than FWIZ. Like, he is the right guy for that job.
Okay.
He's super fair. All right, I'm gonna go.
All right, thanks, Keem. Thanks a lot.
Later, Keem. There he's gone.
Well, that shot this fucking stream in the foot.
So let's think about this for a second. Do you think we're that blinded by our own politics? That we're that wrong?
It's a good question to ask ourselves right about now, because it's something I complain about people that on the other side do that. Am I blind?
I do it too.
Yep. It's about time. It's about time to answer yourself. Because I don't think Keem would be happy with something. Like he clearly knows this guy. He wouldn't be happy with some fucking woke SJW.
I don't think so either. Like
you
I
know
said,
what? It might be true. I might have gotten blinded by my own politics in this situation. Maybe. That's fair enough.
You would think that if you're in the position, again, I know FWIZ is not making decisions. I was never trying to say that. I know he's not. But you'd think if you were him, right?
Why would you choose?
And this person, and they start.
Even Vito agrees with us on the sus part being public. That's weird. I mean, I still think that's a red flag. You know,
I would just think when I'm sitting there and all these people start fucking spamming me, right? Yeah. I would look at it and go, well, what are they spamming me about? Not just, oh, I guess I'm going to send it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know, man.
I want to be wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be wrong. I want to make that apology. But I just don't. It's unprofessional to call this stuff out publicly. I agree with you. Like, it doesn't seem very smart, but, you know, Vito, in fairness to him, just because it's unprofessional and maybe not very smart doesn't mean he's fucking, you know, defending racists. But boy, on the surface, it looks like that. Boy, on the surface, it looks like that. You know, I don't know why he would do this. Maybe he doesn't give a shit. I don't know. But, I mean, that does make a certain amount of sense. But why comment publicly? Why not hit that guy up in the DMs and say, look, we're looking into this, and I'm sending it to the right people. But, you know, I think it would be really interesting. He's
just trying to take care of everybody.
I doubt he knew about the racist comments. But I mean, he had
I don't think so either.
So he just wrote that and closed his fucking phone. This big social media guy, and he didn't see it afterwards.
You think you would like search up her name at least?
He would say, "I'm flagging every single guy," and then Keem comes in here and fucking says, "This is the guy we want." And I'm way more aligned politically with Keem than I am with, I don't know, not that he's a political mind, but we're definitely on the same path there, even though we always kind of hated each other. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, it took a weird turn.
Yeah. I'm happy to say I'm wrong. If the guy wanted me, I apologize to his face. And I guess the only thing I wish I could have asked Keem was, does this mean that? See, that's another thing that bothered me. He says, well, if Quartering gets his channel lost, gone, we got a problem.
Oh, if Quartering gets his channel taken away, then nobody is safe. You can't say anything on the internet ever about anybody because you will be removed one way or the other. All they have to do is get a mod together.
I mean, even like you hear, listen to her right here. I mean, this is just a big threat. You know,
stressful, and I won't be the most paid fucking streamer that exists. I won't. I'm not gonna ever be big. But you know what I will be? I'll be respected. I'm respected in this space, and I've earned that shit. I've worked my ass off, and you can't fucking take that from me.
Yeah, I can. I'm a streamer.
She
I'm a streamer, and it doesn't take that much work. How about that? All these fucking YouTubers running around saying, like, you know what takes a lot of work? That video Vito made on Star Wars. Streaming is fucking easy if you have the personality. Are you kidding me? Well, anyway, yeah, but see, this whole thing's a threat. I'm going to expose these racists and what have you. Yeah.
She doesn't mean I'm going to expose racists. She means anybody who doesn't like me will be labeled as a racist. That's what she means.
Yeah.
And that's the sick part.
You will respect me. I don't respect anybody.
Especially if she gets away with it and gets him removed.
Well, I think if Keem's right, I really feel awful about this thumbnail. She does look like the big. She does, stop. That's the last thing I need.
I mean, look, I would apologize too. I'm not trying to defame anybody. I would never want to do that. You know?
No.
It's just like you said. It's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
My videos take too long, but it's work. That's legit work. Yeah. So I mean, these guys is streaming. They're like, I work. I know I work. Like people that tell you these YouTubers that work so hard. You know, YouTubers work in spurts. Streamers work in spurts, and not as long as a 9 to 5. That's the fucking beauty of it. So nobody tells you they outwork it. And I'm sure actors and shit are the same fucking way. It's an easy fucking job. Yeah, it's a nice job.
They'll never tell you that though.
No, because
an actor will never
tell
you
you
that.
something. Here's the thing. I think you could sum John Swan's problem up into this. All right, real simple. We all do something absolutely, completely irrelevant and inconsequential in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But we do make a lot of people happy, right? So what happens? This is time you see Bobby De Niro get on there and just make an asshole himself screaming like that, screaming. You see all these guys. They know this at some level. YouTubers know this. Actors know this. Singers, rock stars, they know this. So they want to. They want their life to have meaning, and so what they do is they jump on some kind of thing. Maybe not in all cases really understand what they're talking about, but they'll always go to the one that's the most trendy. I've seen this with I Am Alex, and with the idea that this will make them be important, and that'll justify their existence in their own mind. Because essentially, what does Robert De Niro do? He does a good job too. He's one of my favorite actors, but he pretends to be other people for a living. When you put it in those terms, not the money, not the jobs you generate, you have a fucking dumb job. Same thing here. I'm just comfortable with having a dumb job. These guys, they always work. They always go to this stuff. I mean, you ever wonder why these people I have a platform and they have this especially guys on the left. I have a duty to talk about these things. No, you don't. If you want to, that's fine. But no, you don't. It's because it's not even just about relevance or anything like that. It's just their own insecurities. Like, Oh my God, I pretend for a living. Oh my God, I sing for a living. Oh my God, this. They can't be happy with, like, I don't know, if like they were born like me. Like, people ask me what I do. It's like, I act like a fucking teenager for a living.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
I don't think anybody will disagree with me when I say people who get on YouTube want attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I don't know. But see, that's the thing. The ugly truth is you don't do anything important. You're a fucking attention whore, right? Yeah. And there's nothing really significant in what you do in the grand scheme, but you have to make it seem bigger than it is. And, you know, you have all these politicians running to you and what have you. And I was like, yes, you're important. You could use your platform. And all they want to do is commandeer it.
You know why? Because they relabel it as influencer. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I hated when they did that.
Because like you said, they have to feel like it's bigger than it is.
I just want people to tell me you love me. At least you admit it, Vito. I like that too. I'm not going to sit there and deny that. But the difference between me and a lot of other guys, I don't need it. I love being told. I love growing. I love seeing that the channel's been growing like a fucking weed. I like, I like being right about the John Swan thing. That is not the beginning and the end of me. That's not who I am. I'm much more proud of my military service than I am being right about fucking John Swan. It's not fucking important, right? Do I like making more money? Sure. Yeah, fine. But I don't need to be important. And I think that's one of the reasons I've kind of gotten in trouble on the channel because, I'll tell somebody that's not in my YouTube political interest, fuck off. I will. Screw it. So, I mean, I guess I don't want to. I was never good at playing the political game in the office. That's why I got fired from a lot of jobs, guys.
I can relate on that.
Yeah,
on that front. I was never a good.
Was he a mouth? Was he a fucking mouth? Yeah. I did. I almost got fired. I was a kid and I was working at Taco Bell. Yeah. And as a kid, I was working at Taco Bell. And I was real pissed off because I was so bad at making fucking tacos and burritos and shit. I couldn't fucking figure it out. They made me mop the floor all day. And I was really resentful because I didn't think they gave me enough time to learn. Because to me, it was much better to be on the line because you don't have to, I knew once I got it, I'd be good, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. Some guy was in there. He knew the store manager and started like screwing with the kids behind the counter. We were all kids, 17, 18 years old. And he was yelling at he was yelling, and I know Sharon, and this place sucks, and blah blah blah, and you guys are terrible, and I didn't get the right order. These guy was starting trouble because he knew the store manager. So I'm mopping the floor. They're fucking trying to get everything. And even some of the customers are trying to yell at this guy, like, get it going, get it moving. So for some reason, he comes to me and he says, "Do you see this shit?" And I looked at it, and then he pulls out his like burrito and opens it, right? And I go, "Guy, I don't make the food. And I go, I mop the floors." And then I shimmied away like this, And I actually I had to go to the store manager for that. She goes, "I heard what you fucking said. Do you really want to work here?" I was like, "You gonna fire me because you're fucking friends?" I'll go, "No, believe me, my friends are complete assholes. No one's getting fired. They completely abuse it. But I want to know why the fuck you said that." It was 100% true story. So I was everything. I was too stupid to work at Taco Bell. That's what it was. It's like the floors. I could not figure out. I bet I could do it now. I don't know. My head was up my ass when I was fucking 17.
I could tell you one that'll make you laugh. Well, I used to work in a deli, right?
Yeah.
And you would think an Italian guy can make a sandwich, right?
I think you would.
My first job, I was pretty fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted their cheese melted on a sandwich. You know what I did?
What?
I put two slices of Swiss on a piece of tinfoil and threw the tinfoil.
What are you, fucking stupid?
And my manager goes, "What the fuck is," in front of everybody, goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
What the fuck is wrong with you? All right, let's bring another. Vito, were you an idiot too when you were a kid?
Oh, what, working for business?
And fast food? What's your fast food? We should do a whole fucking episode on that. Fast food?
What do you call it? I used to be a Domino's pizza delivery driver.
How old were you?
16.
Oh, that's right. You can drive over there when you're 16. That's always shocking when you hear anybody 16 could drive an automobile. So what did you do stupid? Tell me your stupid story. Don't act like you were the best.
Oh, I'm trying to remember, man. It's
Oh,
been a
you were
long
good
ass
at it.
time.
Fuck. I was hoping you were like bad at it or something.
No, I mean I was bad. I definitely like crashed a car at least once.
Yeah.
The problem is it's in Massachusetts, so there's snow everywhere. So one time I just like smacked my car into a guardrail. The freaking light
Jesus.
was hanging out the side of the car. I couldn't
Did you
get
make delivery though?
my headlight back in.
So you want to know?
But you got to get the pizza there on time. So
I first
kept
heard
going.
of Domino's Pizza around 1986. I was like 10 years old, right? And they had a policy. I shit you not, right? Pizza 30 minutes or less, or it's 100% free, right?
Yep.
Do you know how many deaths were across the country for like a 2-year
That's why
period?
they stopped it. That's exactly why they stopped
No, I
it.
mean, guys, people were getting killed left and motherfucking right. Like, and I remember the first.
You'd get fired if you kept getting pizzas there late. So people were driving over
but you know
lawns.
what? Look, I grew up in New Jersey. I know damn fucking well if the pizza's up there, it's not necessarily the driver's fault. They could have made a delay in the kitchen. There could have been an accident. But it don't matter. You can't get. You got to eat those pizzas. Literally, I remember the first time I did that because I was trying to get, like, I was a little short in cash, and I was like, one of these, I'm praying this thing comes late. I'm praying this thing comes late. First of all, pizza comes late. First time in my life, I picked up, I pointed at the time staff, guy just kind of shrugged his shoulders. I fucking got the pizza cheaper. I felt like the biggest piece of shit for the next fucking 2 days. I really did. Like,
that's what they bet on, man. That's
yeah,
what
I know. And I'm like, what kind of fucking what kind of business model is that? Like, I'm like, I hope you fuck up. You know.
I remember I did that at another restaurant. They had this thing on the table that's like, if we don't, tell you about our margarita specials, get one for free. And so she gives me the whole spiel. She takes her order, and then I'm kind of like, you didn't bring up the margarita specials. She just looked at me with like this disdain, like, you fat piece of shit. You would try to get free food. I felt so stupid for even saying anything.
I'm trying to think.
I actually got free food because Domino's fucked up once.
Oh, yeah?
So I ordered Domino's. It was like 11:30 at night, right?
Yeah.
The guy never shows the fuck up.
Okay.
1 o'clock rolls around and I got no pizza.
Oh, that sucks.
And I hear my neighbors start to come outside yelling about something. I go outside and several cars on my street, not mine, had been hit. Right?
Yeah.
Right after that, my cell phone rings and it's Domino's going, yeah, my driver called out. We can't bring you your pizza. I end up talking to my neighbors. They said it looked like the guy had a blue and red shirt on. That fucking was hitting the.
So he hit the slammed into a bunch of cars.
He hit the last car, got out of the driver's seat, and somebody in his passenger seat took over, and they took off. I went, this fucking guy was drunk. I crashed right by my house.
That's great.
He could have given me the pizza.
That's fantastic. You live in the Bronx. You could have took the pizza. Nobody would fucking look for it.
You know what the funny part was, though? They told me, don't worry about it. You can call tomorrow or the next day, whenever you want, and we'll give you a free pizza.
Nice.
I called them and told them what had happened, and the girl on the phone goes, I gave her the exact same order that I had ordered, right?
Yeah.
The night before.
Okay.
She goes, the girl on the phone goes, are you sure that's all you want? I went, that was my order. She goes, yeah, but you get an unlimited free order.
Okay.
I went, what?
Oh, man.
You know what the real shit about this story? You're a legitimate greaseball. What the fuck are you ordering Domino's? I got an excuse. I'm Irish. You too. You're not allowed.
Because no real pizzeria is open at 11:30 at night. That's just you can't do it.
All right, you just needed that Domino's fix. Right?
Yeah, I'm a fat shit, and I needed pizza in the middle of the night. What are you gonna do? They're open till 3 a.m.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, we had this thing. So it was in do you know Amherst, Massachusetts, where like UMass is? I don't know if
I don't know Mass too well, but yeah. Go ahead.
That area.
Yeah.
Well, the idea is in Amherst, the college town, everything has to close at midnight. And our store was literally on the town line, so we were the only thing open. We were open till 4 a.m.
Oh, Jesus.
So like, dude, we got so swamped though. Like, you're talking about people not getting their orders. It's like, yeah, like probably dozens of people just did not get their order. Well, because half the time they would order at midnight, and we would tell them, we're like, dude, it's going to take like 2 hours. You do not understand. Like, we are one pizza shop trying to service multiple colleges because we're the only thing open.
Especially over there. Like, so you got to hit UMass and Merrimack and this, that.
And Hampshire, everywhere. By the time we got like the pizzas out, we'd be calling them, they'd be passed out already because they all got freaking drunk. And they'd call us the next morning and be like, where's my pizza? And we're like, dude, like, you passed out. We called you 80 times. Like, we told you.
Oh, Jesus.
All our Yelp reviews or whatever were just like 1 star. This place sucks. I'm like, yeah, whatever. What can we do? We had like, I would run the phones, and you just have 5 busy phone lines, like literally for 4 straight hours. There was never like any peace.
Glad.
It was insane.
So you guys are 10 years younger than me. I am so glad I didn't work during the social media age. That must have sucked.
Yeah, people talking shit about you on the internet.
By the time I got my first job, jobs are already on the application saying we reserve the right to investigate your social media.
See,
and this is
shit when I was there.
like 10, 15 years ago now.
I left in 2005. I think that's when the country went nuts.
Yeah,
I didn't get hit by any of that, but man, that's terrifying. I would not been able to get any jobs.
Well, you do realize. Have you realized this? Like, if we lose this, we have to be losers the rest of our life. You and me, Vito. Loser jobs.
If we lose the battle for sanity?
No, if we lose our YouTube channels, we can't earn anymore. We're gonna have to go back to the real world.
Well, I mean, I have. What do you call it? I do all my work in the shadows. I tell people, like, I do work.
Oh, you have other stuff going on? Then you're good.
Yeah, man.
I don't.
Like a week ago, I went to a company that makes one of the biggest MMOs on the planet, and I set up their live stream for them. And they're like, "Oh, this is so great," and I'm like, "Do not tell anyone." They're like, "Why not? You were so helpful." I'm like, "Just trust me."
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Nothing. Make no word of this.
So, just for the record, they didn't know who you were.
Well, my buddy who got me the job knew who I was.
Okay, but they didn't
know. The rest of them are a bunch of like Korean guys, and they're like, "Oh, you're so helpful. Like, how do we find you on the internet?" I'm like, "Don't even. I am a ghost.
Aren't you
not on the internet.
Aren't you a Star Wars guy?
See me again.
I hate that Star Wars movie too."
Yeah, that was such a good paying gig though that I'm like, shit. But I do want to go back there and get more. Man, those MMO guys have money like
Thank you for helping us getting up our server. Fuck Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, I gotta get him on that. I gotta get him on that page.
I hate that bitch.
I like the way you talk about the Star Wars. I give you good time money. All right, let's do it.
I thought the prequels were bad. Holy shit!
But I've gone to companies and I've been like, there's products that had my name on them, and I said, look, man, just go in, take my name off it. I don't want any credit. I don't want anyone knowing.
Oh, you use your real name? So you really are Italian? Right?
I'm Italian for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not like a. I'm not gonna say my family is the best kind of Italians. We were definitely.
Oh, you weren't really into being like you're like Diorio. Diorio's not into being Italian. Fucking.
I thought you had culturally appropriated us.
There are aspects of my family that are like deep into the. I have mob. I have family that was in the mob and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
My family
sucks.
was just.
It sucks, but the meme is true. If you're Italian, you're either related to or know somebody.
Yeah,
it's just the way. It's the way.
But my father used to say, "Those fucking guineas, everybody's connected. Get the fuck out of here."
My dad would tell me stories about being a bodyguard for a week, getting shot at, and being like, "Yeah, this isn't really for me." So, he's like, your Uncle Johnny. I was his bodyguard for a week. Had his limo, took 5 shots to the side.
Yeah, they got La Cosa Nostra up there in New England. They got those crazy Italians up there as well. It's not.
Yeah, they're all dying off though. All my
I think what it is, the only guys in there are left are like rats. They're looking to get into witness protection. Like now you go into to get into witness protection so you can write a book. It's like everybody knows it's like it really wasn't what it was. But you know what? I tell you what. I listened to Michael Francis. He was a capo in the Colombo family. And they told me in the 80s when I was a kid, the mob ain't what it was. It's not like Prohibition. And then like 20 years go by and I'm reading books. All the fucked up crazy shit they were doing in the 80s. What do you like? When I was even in the 90s, they were still really active. And the early 90s, they were really active. The Colombo, they had a war.
Yeah, it's weird that stuff you think like they couldn't get away with it, but I guess the law enforcement is like, whatever, they're not bothering us.
Yeah, well, you know what it is, because my brother.
We'd rather lock up all the black people selling drugs. I think.
Well, it's not even that I know this because my brother tried to get in the FBI, and he said, like, La Cosa Nostra is not as like in the 80s, they were a real freaking problem. Like all across the country, they were a real problem. They, they cutting people's jobs. Things were more expensive because you had to pay a gangster tax on some. My dad said if you had to get anything done, like paint on the Brooklyn Bridge or anything, that you were paying some kind of mob tax. They were a real problem. They had real effects on people, right? But here's the thing: one of the reasons these Asians concentrate on LCN is because that gets them the attention and the headlines. And that's like, if you put a gangster, you put some fucking, 70-year-old schmuck in a jail, at least he's LCN, because that'll get you attention. That gets in the fucking papers, no matter what, no matter how minor the figure is. So those guys still they might, like shift from like real guys that are having more an effect on a neighborhood, and they'll concentrate on like an LCN guy. All right, I'm done. I'm talking about weed bullshit now. But I hope it was an exciting stream.
That's interesting, man.
All right, yeah. I don't know. I can talk about fucking anything. I can't explain my streams. Hey, thanks everybody in the chat. I do appreciate it. Keep in mind to Willie Max. Go sub him right fucking now. John Swan phone call leak, and we're gonna be going over an extra. I'll broadcast 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. We're gonna be going over it. What do you think of that? I know I saw you comment on a few of the videos.
Of the John Swan thing?
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Man, I wanted to like that guy because he had nice production quality on his videos and everything.
Sure.
But he had this weird I'm more morally whatever than anybody else. Kind of rubbed me the wrong way, where he's like, I'm taking a stand, I'm fighting for what's right.
He was just
he's just the whole situation was so stupid.
Beyond
I think I said to you where I was like, it seems like this was a guy who thought I'm on top of the world. I can't have anybody think anything wrong about me.
I don't know. When you look, I think I don't want to judge anybody that gets a little crazy after growing. I don't know. Did you ever do anything stupid when you were growing? Because I did. Right, I started.
Yeah, I did stuff I regret, man.
Yeah, the difference is we didn't have permanent social media.
Well, no, I'm talking about when he hit 100K. Did you do anything stupid? Say anything you fucking regret? Or I did. And it's the thing is, people don't realize, and everybody handles it a little differently. This social media drug can make you do fucked up shit. It's still your fault. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I think with John, it's just like this. Some people drink the same amount of booze. All right, you get 5 guys in the room, they're all drinking the same amount of booze, and maybe 2 of them become alcoholics,
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Whatever it is, it affects it. I think that if, clout was a drug, that, he would be an addict, whereas if we all get the same amount of clout, some people can handle it, and it just went right to his head.
I mean, do you remember the first time you started kind of popping off on YouTube and people were getting excited about stuff you made?
Yeah.
it is a drug.
I
remember the first big video I made.
Started
I was like,
thinking,
this is the greatest experience of my life.
I'm gonna get even
great.
with. I was crazy. I'm gonna get even. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do everything that all the other guys that got fucking famous that didn't do it right. I'm gonna correct this. I'm gonna take out Keemstar by myself. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
exactly. That's not me.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
I think I'm a reasonably humble dude. I like attention, like everybody. I'm out in the front, but I think I'm a reasonably humble guy. But boy, it could really fill your head with a lot of bullshit.
I said before. I think it was just.
Yeah, I think John couldn't ever handle it at any.
I think it was just John. He's still young.
Yeah,
he's
that's
not.
The thing. I think if you blow up when you're young, it's like.
You're not prepared. You're not emotionally prepared. You don't know what you can and cannot do.
If I was 19, I couldn't handle this. I could barely handle it at 39. How the fuck could I handle it at 19? I can only imagine.
You also haven't learned that if you lie on the internet, someone's going to find out about it.
You will be caught.
Well, I think that's the real. That's the real. It's not that
everybody out there.
It's not that he even lied. He lied to us. He wrote that fucking. It was like premeditated murder. He just. I know. I first thought, all right, the big guy said something about him. He panicked and he said something. I don't believe that anymore. If you listen to this call, dude, it's like, oh, cool. He brought this up. I got this. That's the way I think John looked at it. And it blew
I think he did see it as an opportunity,
and
that was the stupidest thing in the world, too. I'm going to have beef with the biggest Minecraft guy on YouTube. It's going to raise my... But what an insane thought. Why? Why risk, especially if you are on record talking to other people being like, yeah, I did that.
You know what it is?
Yeah, I did that.
You're not a psychopath.
I guess not.
You're not a
I wouldn't
psychopath.
take the risk.
I really think that's what it
There's
comes
no
down to.
point.
I throw that word around a lot, but I really think it's just that.
It is a bit
You're not a
psychopathic. I mean,
psychopath.
you can't even deny
Well, I
it.
mean,
It's
he hits every mark.
It's a little weird.
I mean, the superficial charm, the irresponsibility, the lack of fucking empathy, the pathological lie. That's pathological lying. You know it's not true. You know, and the blind ambition of the whole thing. The only thing that
once
he doesn't
once
hit,
your friends get involved, don't you go, okay, this is going. Hey guys, shut up. Let's let it go. You know, let's not make a big
and not
deal
only
out of
that,
it.
you lie to the guy in the last 2 years in the commentary community that has broken the biggest stories and on stuff like this and getting recordings and stuff like that. He lied to the one guy that was most likely to figure him out. And on top of that, and I can say it now because John had been stealing from Nick for months. Not just one joke, folks. I just didn't want to get in between those two. John is a plagiarist, and he's been stealing from my buddy for months. And my buddy's such a good guy that he looked the other fucking way, and he didn't deserve it. Thank God I could say no, because I love Nick. You know I love Nick, right? So I can't sit there and fucking really dump on John because it's gonna fuck up Nick's opportunity. I'm not about that. But yes, he's been stealing for months. People, I lied to you. I said it was one joke. The reason I said it was one joke because I didn't want to turn it into any bigger thing than it was. He's a fucking thief. Parasite. Parasitic lifestyle. Another check on the hair checklist. Let's fucking close this goddamn thing right now. Otherwise, I'm not getting out of here. Stick around, Beat. I'm going to talk to you offline. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Look at tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going over the Willie Mac phone leak. Nick, see you. Peace.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence, devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking out.
Willie Mac video's up right now. Oh, I'm gonna listen to that. Willie Mac video's up right now, and if you want,
you about to catch a storm.
I'm gonna do it, my friend. Sorry.
Got tired of niggas playing me, head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me read them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.